How do you measure your success in business? How do you measure your impact, whether you own a company or work for somebody else? I'm often asked by people, Jim, how do I know if I'm really being successful for the Lord? And most often I respond to their question with this question. Well, what's the last thing God told you to do? What's the last thing Holy Spirit instructed you to do? And they'll tell me. And I'll simply reply, well, have you done it? Have you finished it? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. Most of the time it's no, I haven't finished the last thing the Lord asked me to do. Even the prophet Samuel was telling Saul in 1 Samuel 15 that to obey is better than sacrifice. God puts a huge, huge emphasis on obedience to him. Do what I say. Just simply do what I ask you to do. That's obedience. Let me give you an example of how I was reminded of that just recently myself. Maybe this will be an encouragement for you. 2 years ago this month, this is June 2025. 2 years ago this month, in June 2023, some of you know, the Lord said, I want you to take the book I ask you to write about how to discern my voice and how to be led by Holy Spirit. And I want you to translate it into the top 20 spoken languages in the world. And I'm going to reach 100 million business people worldwide with it. I went, whoa, that's a translation project. He said, yes, and you've got 2 years to do it. Well, we're just a few weeks away from having all 20 languages translated. That's a $100,000 project right there. And as we were getting close, all of these last few that will come out in just a couple of weeks, all of these last translations to fulfill the 20, my assignment, my 2-year assignment that I was asked to obey and complete. Just a few weeks ago, I started thinking about doing some other things. I said, okay, now what's next? What's next? What's next? I'm just like all of you. I'm an entrepreneur, been one for 40 years. Okay, there's always something more. Let's do something next. And then I was getting bogged down and it wasn't going very smoothly. And then I heard, sitting in my prayer chair just to the left of me, I heard just as clear in my spirit as you're hearing my voice, as I was saying, okay, Jesus, what am I supposed to do, Holy Spirit? And I simply heard, finish the assignment. I went, oh, well, duh, of course. So I refocused on getting the translations going, getting the website, the back end built, all of the stuff that goes along with that. I'm encouraging you, as I was gently yet forcibly reminded, God gave me, Jesus gave me, Holy Spirit gave me a very specific assignment, 2 years, been doing other things too, like the podcast, but the main thing was finish the 20 translations of Our Unfair Advantage. And so I'm literally on the cusp of finishing that assignment, and others will continue, of course, later. I'm reminding you through my own experience that the best way to measure your success, measure my success, measure your impact, measure my impact is by obedience. What's the last thing Holy Spirit said, coming from the throne room, for you to do in your business, for your people, for your customers, whatever it may be? Stay true to that assignment, and as you do, he will supply exceedingly abundantly above all that you could even ask for or dream, according to his riches in heaven, as he's done for me with $100,000 of gifts from our ministry partners just to fund the translations, and yet there's so much more to do. So how should you measure your impact and success ultimately? It's an eternal success standard, not a temporal on the earth. It's an eternal success standard, and that is your obedience. If you're fully obeying, then you are succeeding in God's eyes, and that's the most important place to be in your success cycle. If you like this, share this with your friends. If you like these Unleashed episodes, I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and sharing them across your social media so we can grow not only the network that we have here at Dr. Jim Harris Ministries, but also let others know that we even exist so that they can learn how to unleash the full power of Holy Spirit in business just like you. Thanks for listening today.